in this video, I'm going to talk about what it's going to take to run Dr. Umar School. So from what we're hearing, it's going to open in next year, August.
Stated that the school was renovated and completed. I'm on foot, as you can see. I'm in the hood. It has not been renovated. I'm gonna get up here and give you all a tour of FDMG. Nothing's been done here. Look at the door. He said the sprinkler system was taken care of, right?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Hey, welcome back to Nomadically Speaking. You know, we've been covering Dr. Umar's school. I've dropped a few videos, gotten some great feedback, got some positive and negative feedback, and I completely understand it.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know, like I said, I'm trying to give you guys an engineering perspective or like a business perspective on the school, and just trying to make sure I keep everybody informed, because one thing that I've noticed has been consistent with this project is that nobody knows any facts. Even donors are not necessarily being informed.
He said the sprinkler system was done. That's the sprinkler door. No new stickers, nothing. Let's walk on around here. See, this is my hood. I'm not worried about him coming out here G-checking me. This is my hood. But this is a dangerous place. These are the same windows. Remember he crying about the windows? Look like the crackheads try to get in. I don't know if you can see it, spider webs in those windows. Those are the same windows that was here when it was Maurice Moyer Academy. Crackheads getting in there, look like. Same shit, it's all boarded up. He's done nothing. Dirty school, man. He hasn't done anything out here. He doesn't have the money to do it. He doesn't have the know-how to do it. And he doesn't accept the help to get this done. Everything's still the same. Moyer Academy. But he hasn't done anything out here, man. Don't y'all people keep sending him y'all money, wasting y'all money. Nothing's been done. He told you the school renovations were done 2 months ago in August. Those renovations have not been done. Nobody's been out here working on these buildings. He's lying to you. He's lying to you.
There is no website dedicated, officially dedicated to Dr. Umar's school. And when I make a statement about the complexity of opening a school, I get a lot of pushback, and people assume that it's hate. So we're gonna get some facts done in this video. I'm gonna talk about what it's gonna take to run Dr. Umar's school. Now I got a two-part. This is part one, because the second part I'm gonna also show you like a timeline of construction, timeline of events and what things need to happen before this school can actually open. So from what we're hearing, it's gonna open in next year, August, where it's a ton of things that need to happen. So like I said, I'm working on that video, but I wanted to give you guys a cost to run. Now the way I broke it down is we're gonna go through staffing costs, we're going to go to facilities costs, and then we're going to go through a few other things. I'm going to make sure y'all stay tuned. All right. So we're going to start with staffing costs. Now I want to warn you guys ahead of time before my fact finders go and start, pushing back on the content of the video.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
The next time I see you, I tell you we are currently in court having to sue the city because they are discriminating against us by denying us our certificate of occupancy.
Yo, shout out to Caesar, man.
When I did my research, some kind of way I found the average salary for a principal in Delaware was 80 grand. Just recently, I just, wanted to go and check my numbers. And I realized that the average salary for a principal in Delaware is about $100,000. So we're extremely low, which means that the numbers will be really ultra conservative as far as cost for staff. Okay. But anyway, that doesn't really stop anything, because at the end of the day, I'm going to blow you guys away with the numbers that I found. And I've never ran a school. My background is in engineering, construction, but I've never ran a school. So I was very intrigued at how much it would cost to run this project. And this is one of the first things you do when you look at a P&L, or you look at a pro forma for a project. You want to know what kind of income you're going to have coming in, and for several reasons. Even if it's a privately run facility, you still have costs associated with the project. Now, why investors don't know this, I have no idea. So today you're going to be enlightened. You're going to be informed. And if you disagree, trust me, people that disagree always let me know. They always leave videos. But if you would agree, and if you like what I did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, leave me some feedback. So now we can start seeing some positive feedback as opposed to a lot of the negative feedback. Because I'm gonna tell you, I get a lot of that. So let's get into staffing costs to run the facility. Now, the way we broke it down today in today's video, I broke it down into the cost to run a facility or a school with 50 students, 100 students, and 200 students. Just a simplified way of looking at the numbers so you guys can walk away informed. Now, I've heard all types of different theories about how many students, but I don't have anything. There isn't anything concrete to verify how many students will actually be at this school, the FDMG Academy. So we're going to assume three things: 50 students, 100 students, and 200 students. Okay. So let's talk about support staff. Let's talk about staffing costs first. Like I said, the teachers, assuming a student to teacher ratio is about 10-1. For every 10 students, you're going to have one teacher. All right. And that's for small classes. Now, I'm reading for my document, so bear with me. If you see me veering over here, it's because I want to make sure I keep my facts organized. All right. So a school size of 50 students, you're going to have to assume five teachers for 50 students, one principal and one support staff. 5 teachers on an average salary of about $50,000 is going to run you $250,000. So every year, your operating costs for, if you have 50 students, is going to be $250,000 for those 5 teachers. Okay. You compound that with admin staff, which is your principal. Again, we say on the lower end, $80,000 plus your admin. That's going to be your admin costs. Now you got support staff, whatever it is. Just keep it. I'm going to keep it simple in this video. Support staff, one person, $30,000. So for all staff, for 50 students per year, the staff only is going to cost you about $395,000 for 50 students. Now, I said I had 3 different options, but I'm going to even simplify the same scenario for 100 students. 10 teachers is $500,000 in operating costs for the teachers. When you add in the principal, admins, and now 2 support staff, because you have a larger facility or more students, it comes out to $710,000 in staffing costs per year to run a school with 100 students. So again, we gave you 50. That's for 100 students. Let's talk about 200 students. So at 200 students at a ratio of 10-1, we're going to have 20 teachers. That's $1 million in overhead for teachers' salary per year at $50,000 annually. 1 principal, 1 admin, 3 support, which is $90,000 for those 3 at $30,000 salary. That's going to run you $1.275 million in staffing costs every year to run this school. So we talk about a school that's being ran by donations. You got to understand, guys, he's going to need the donations to start paying people and paying staff. So just don't forget to run them donations. Matter of fact, let's do a commercial for Umar right now.
Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, in addition to science, language, math, and civics, we will have political and military science. It's very important to make sure African children understand the arts of self-defense. It's also important that they understand the world they live in today. One of the small criticisms I have for the African-centered historical community, although I'm a part of it and I support it, we focus so much on ancient history to the exclusion.
Now we got that beautiful commercial out the way supporting Umar. I want to talk about facilities costs. So when it comes to facility costs, one thing we don't have to worry about is the fact that he does not have to worry about rent or leasing because he owns the land. Now, if he didn't own it, that would be a very expensive overhead, looking at about roughly $750,000 in overhead, but he owns the property. So let's talk about utilities and maintenance. Okay. So from what I found online, the school size is 38,000 square feet. So with 37,000 square feet, utilities and maintenance on that is going to run you $76,000 to $114,000. So you add in staffing costs, you add in the facilities costs, and that's going to give you where we're at now. I'm going to put it in a video. Now, when we talk about utilities and maintenance, and when I tell you that, just to simplify it, again, I want to make this video simple. When you talk about utilities and maintenance, you're just talking about everything it takes to run the school, from the light bill to keeping the lawn to maintenance, all of those supportive things is going to come out to roughly 10 to 15% of what would be a rent cost. So what you do is you break down, or you get what it would cost to if you had to lease this space, and then you do a 10 to 15% of that, and that comes to your estimated utilities and maintenance costs. So if he was renting this facility, again, it would cost him about $759,000. Now 10 to 15% of that is where I got my $76,000 to $114,000 annually to maintain the property, and I think that's fair. So okay, where are we? So again, I'm going to do a summary real quick. We talked about staffing costs, and I told you that staffing costs is $395,000 for 50 students, $710,000 for 100 students, and $1.275 million for 200 students. We talked about facilities costs. Man, it's very interesting. Curriculum costs for 50 students averages about $50,000, 100 students, $100,000. 200 students, $200,000 in overhead. Let's talk about technology costs. Do you understand? Matter of fact, we need to go back to we need to go back to another commercial, because y'all have to run these donations. All right, let's get to it.
Hit your cash app. I'm not cutting my hair, my brother. Stop worrying about my hair. That is a very non-alpha male behavior right there. Why are you worrying about another man's hair? We need some testosterone injections. We don't need no COVID shot. We need some testosterone shots. Why are you worrying about my damn hair? Why are you worrying about my hair, my brother? Why are you worrying about my hair? I'm a warrior. I'm a Mau warrior. I'm an Ethiopian warrior. I'm a Zulu warrior. I'm a Garvey warrior, brother. I'm not cutting my hair, because when I make love, your queen be grabbing my hair. Stop it, Papa. She say, Big Pop, stop it, Papa. She say, stop it, Papa. Stop worrying about my hair, my brother. Your queen pulled my hair. When I try to get up, she pulls my hair back down. She pulled me back down to her. You understand me? The queens hold on to their hair. Listen, we're not even going to get into that. It's consciousness over cookies, politics over punani, revolution over romance. Consciousness before cookies, politics over punani, revolution before romance, institutions before the intimacy, business before... Look at the melanin dripping. Lord have mercy.
All right, so we are back, and it's like I said, technology costs for 50 students is $25,000. For 100 students, it's going to be $50,000. For 200 students, it's going to be $100,000 in technology costs to run this facility. Let's talk about transportation, guys. This keeps on stacking up, and it keeps on stacking up, because you have transportation costs associated with running this facility. Now, I know, that transportation cost may be put into like I know that cost may be passed on to the students, but for this video, we're gonna keep it as an operational cost for the facility. For 50 students, $100,000 for transportation costs. For 100 students, $200,000 a year. For 200 students, $400,000 a year. The cost keeps stacking up. Now, what I wanted to show you is, even if you feel like my numbers are off, trust me, they're pretty spot on. And even in some points, very, very, very respectable numbers. I'll just say it like that. There is overhead associated with running this facility, and it's in the tune of millions of dollars. When you just talk about staffing costs, you're already at $500,000. But when you talk about curriculum costs, when you talk about technology costs and all these things, either you're going to price out your students where they can't afford it, or you're going to have to find a way to get the money. Now, we talk about accreditation as it's a bad thing, but understand, if you don't get accredited, you don't get any access to any government funds. So it's just all around bad. And let's talk about food service costs, something that I bet you a lot of you guys hadn't thought about. To run a facility for 50 students, you got $75,000 in overhead costs. To run a school of 100 students, you got $150,000 in food services costs, and on a double that for 200 students, you got $300,000 in operating costs. Now, I'm gonna keep it simple. I think you guys see where I'm going. On the low end, even if he had 50 students, let's not even go up to the 200. Let's just keep it simple. On the low end, to run this facility, if he had 50 students, it would be $1.7 million. On the high end, at 200 students, it would cost him $3.7 million annually to run this facility. I went through all the numbers. You understand, you guys are intelligent people. You understand that it costs money to run a school. I don't have to tell you that. You have kids, right? Hopefully this video gives you a general idea of what it takes to run a private school. Essentially, it's what it is. And I would say that if you are a donator, I would say that you need to run your pockets. And matter of fact, before we even get out of here, let's go to another Dr. Umar commercial.
So he run from this sit down. He know he a beggar. I've been working in the community for over 12 years. I've never asked for $1, homie. And I've done way more than him. I've never asked for $1. I've never said, hey, I need money from my people. I sold barbecue. I sold marijuana. I sold fake ecstasy pills that had caffeine in it like they were real pills. But I never went to my people and asked for money. He's been begging. The old man Pop said the strongest man in the land is the man who wake up and don't have to ask nobody for nothing. He's still asking. So he ain't strong. That's why he won't sit down with me, my nigga. But I challenge him any day to sit down.
So I know the way that this goes is the first thing that we say is that the guy that we're hating. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I have no reason to hate on this guy. I don't do this to be sensational. I'm kind of intrigued by the situation. Yeah, we're gonna have fun because at the end of the day, this is entertainment. But if you know Umar and Umar, if you're watching this video, please email me. I would like to offer my engineering services free of charge. Can help you with some construction management, some project management, kind of get things on the right track. Hopefully we can have an open dialogue and communication. I can tell you my perspective, and if something I don't know, I can always bring in some of my friends and some guys that have been doing this double as long as I've been living. I know guys that have been doing construction, and we can help you get on the right track. Again, free of service to kind of spearhead that conversation and get you organized. I want you to win. I want this school to work. I think that it's something that we all need. But I think we also have to be truthful in that the likelihood of this being able to open next year is very low, very low. So anyway, in the part 2 of this video, I'm going to talk about from a construction or rehab or renovation standpoint, what it'll take to actually get this school, open and operational for August of 2024. So done a lot of great work on that. And that'll be part 2 to this video. If you just don't like me, I understand. Trust me, I get it. Leave your comment anyway. Tell me whatever you don't like about it. I get it. But one thing you can't say is you can't say that I'm not giving you the facts, and you can't say that I'm off. If you do your own research, you'll know that it's going to cost an extensive amount of money to run a school. Now we could talk about how much each student will be paying, and we could talk about what each student will pay in tuition. But we also understand that we are trying to service the low to middle class who may not have the means. And then you got to think about from a standpoint of where they're staying. Like, it's just so many logistical things that need to be ironed out. Again, we're not hating. We're just trying to make sure we get things on the right track. This is the level of transparency that you don't see with the project. So consider me a free service. Y'all stay tuned for part 2 of this video. We're going to keep it short and sweet. Hopefully you've learned something, and I'll see y'all in part 2.